Saners, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's been a busy day. I was going to do my match preview, but then a bunch of things happened and I thought I'd do a video on it. Three things. Nasiah Wanganeen Milera and that situation. Cal Toomey's come out and he's talked about it. TDK. Also something that Cal Toomey was talking about today, which I found very interesting. And the third one, which we can go straight off the top, is Ross Lyon has extended his current contract with the club until I think the end of 2027, until 2027. Didn't expect that just yet. I don't know how people feel about that. I wonder if it is a like something that is a direct correlation to some of these deals that we're trying to get done to stabilize the club for the players maybe coming in. They want to be coached by Ross Lyon for a portion of time, and extending him and those players knowing that Ross is going to be the boss for a little bit longer might actually be a really good thing. And then obviously for the existing players like Nasiah, that stability is really important. You don't want a club to be shaky off the field, and you don't want it to be shaky on the field. And it's interesting, we do play Adelaide. We play in Adelaide 3 times in the first 5 weeks, and that is the Link, Adelaide Crows, who have made a huge play for him, supposedly offering him upwards of 8 years on like ridiculous money, supposedly. So they're coming hard for our man, for our gun half-back flanker, and we're really hopeful that we can get the job done. So I feel weirdly calm about Naz. I just think that he's the type of player that likes stability. From what I've been told, from what I've heard, he is very happy at St Kilda. He's very comfortable. There is no homesick vibes coming out of his camp, which is always the main link is, they want to go home and they miss their family, and that's rightfully so. A lot of players have done that and will continue to do that. But at the moment, there's nothing to me that I've heard that makes him sound like he's that type of player that at the moment is keen to go back home. But the main threat isn't Adelaide. From what we've been told today, the main threat is Port Adelaide. They've lost Dan Houston. Naz has a number of ties there. He's good friends with Jason Horne-Francis, and no doubt some Port Adelaide players will be in Naz's ear, but Adelaide is the one that made the play. That's a fair bit of thunder, by the way. Adelaide went big on Errol Goulden late last year. I think it was a 10-year deal. Errol Goulden turned it down. Now they've looked for other options, and Nasiah is top of that list for them, and South Australian as well, which is an absolute bonus for them. So Port Adelaide, I don't think have offered him anything yet, but Adelaide have. So Adelaide have shown their hand. No doubt Port Adelaide will, but why? Like, if you're in Naz's position, maybe you do wait it out. If you're comfortable with speculation, like Cal Toomey said, if you're happy with, seeing where the De Koning thing falls, LDU, see where these deals fall, that might directly affect what you get. If neither of those players want to come to St Kilda, then there's, the Finn Callahan deal is a perfect example. Supposedly, we didn't go for it, but let's just, for the sake of this conversation, say that we did. There's a lot of money there left on the table. There's players like Naz, Windy. We've seen other players sign recently. I'm curious to know when they signed and maybe what the strategy is in, drip feeding it week by week. We've kind of had a re-sign in the last 2 or 3 weeks leading up to the season. So in some way, I feel like this is a weird marketing ploy from the club to then go big and say, well, Naz has signed long term. And the other thing we don't have to worry about, I guess, as Saints fans, is that we do have the money. I think even if we say TDK does decide to come on big money, we still have plenty of money to offer Naz. So no club is going to outbid us, which I guess is a good thing, because that's always a scary situation to be when you're hamstrung in that situation. Like Carlton with Tom De Koning, we can offer way more than them, millions more. They can't go more than what they've got. So it's really, they're kind of betting on St Kilda to be really shit this year and players to be turned off by our on-field performance, but off-field we have the funds to offer anyone any type of contract, including Naz. So no doubt whatever Adelaide or Port Adelaide offer Naz, we will be able to match that, and then it'll just be a matter of, does he want to stay in Melbourne or does he want to go home to South Australia? But at this point in time, I've heard nothing from my side. Not even a whisper, and usually these things can come out at this time of year, with these sort of contract speculation. Haven't heard anything around him wanting to go home. So to me, I think he's very happy at St Kilda, and I think it's just one of those things that will get done. It's just it's going to take some time, and we've got, we're looking at a lot of players to bring in, and we're signing a lot of players at the club at the moment, which is great. A lot of his mates have re-signed, so no doubt that'll help as well. And he's very close to Mason Wood, and when you've got a good sort of family inside the football club, that helps so much. So if we can take care of the on-field stuff in the first month or two of the season, maybe that'll fast-track things for a TDK, for a Naz. Who knows with LDU? Supposedly he'll stay at North, but I'm not too worried about Naz. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts, Saners. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be saying drop the De Koning thing and just focus on Naz, give him the money. But if you can get both, sign a young star at the club and then poach a gun ruck from another club, I think you absolutely go for both. So, but maybe I'm just greedy. But on the De Koning thing, just to round out the video, that was the last thing Cal Toomey talked about. He did say that he said he's seriously considering the Saints' offer and weighing it up. That is from Cal Toomey's mouth on Gettable today. That he's absolutely interested and looking at that contract and what we're offering very seriously, which is very good to hear from a Saints perspective. A little bit more pressure on Carlton now to perform, but yeah, I just think it's one of those ones that, he'll just decide on which club looks like they're going in a certain direction. If Carlton falter again this year, he'll obviously probably take our deal, and then if we falter, is the money that good that even though we struggle, that he still wants to leave a club that a lot of people think should be top 4 Carlton. They should be in the top echelon of the ladder. Do you go to a team that's lesser, like on ladder position, because the money's so outrageous? Maybe it is that much more. Supposedly it's millions more, so that's very much just on him. But I think that's in a good spot for us. I think we can capitalize on that, and he'll be a great asset for us. But Naz is the one. Naz is the one we all want signed. But I am quietly confident that it'll get done. He's not one that I think... he's a quiet guy. I've spoken to him a few times, and not to say that that's, me knowing exactly what his thought process would be in this situation, but if I were him, I wouldn't rush. I would wait, knowing that I'll eventually sign, but it's just, sort of ironing out sort of the finer details of it, and maybe just focusing on your football to kick off the year. Why let this run? But some people will say just sign it and get it done before the season. Some people think it's already done and they're going to announce it before round 1 to stick it up the Adelaide teams. But I highly doubt that's the case. That's fantasy land right there. But that is the update. Naz, big offer from Adelaide. Port Adelaide yet to make a move, but no doubt they absolutely will now that Adelaide have. I'm confident he will stay. TDK weighing up St Kilda very strongly. We are offering millions more than Carlton. They cannot budge what their deal is. Their deal is supposedly their biggest or the biggest deal for a ruckman ever. That's Carlton's deal. Ours, obviously is even greater than that. So Carlton aren't going unders on him. They're going big, but they can't go as big as St Kilda. So I'm very keen to see where that sort of goes midway through the season towards the back end. And LDU supposedly looking like North are offering him a pretty good deal and that he might stay. So if we don't get LDU, no doubt all our sights will turn to TDK and whatever other midfielders will be out there. So that's a little trade talk update, Saners. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Match preview should be out in the next day or two, leading up to round 1 on Sunday. And the teams will be live tomorrow night from 6:30, I believe, going through the round 1 lineup. And the podcast and Footy Abroad, they're all out on the channel already, so check them out when you can. But anyway, Saners, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.